Happy Wednesday! How is everyone? It's lunchtime, y'all. Yay! Tea. Yep, tea. It's time for some tea. And if y'all are wondering why it's not filled up, that's because I put my own tea in this. And I don't need a whole bottle of tea in the middle of the day. I just don't. Lunchbox. What do we have? We have a tomato, lettuce, mayonnaise. We have a BLT. I was about to say a bacon sandwich. BLT, yay! And sour cream and onion Pringles. Andy's mints. Of course, I have to have a little sweet after lunch. Toasted my bread last night. So we'll see. So how's your Wednesday going? Is it going good? Hope so. We're halfway. And halfway on Wednesday now. How about that? Nope. That's how it. Y'all, I can't tell how my bread's supposed to go. There we go. I have to have it line up. We know this. It can't be off. Everything has to line up for me. I know. I can't help it. I guess I could help it, but I don't want to. How about that? It's just better when everything matches. Right? Right. Put that knife somewhere so I don't get that messy. Yeah, it's been a pretty good morning. Kristen drove for the second day again. Today she got on the interstate. Wow. I remember taking driver's ed. I remember driving that first time. You know, it's scary when you haven't. I mean, she's driven some, but not like what she's doing now. We hadn't went to the interstate by any means. Have we even come close to that? So I'm just tickled for. Like I said, everything's been messed up. She had to take driver's ed late. Oh, my bacon's falling apart. I gotta figure out how to do this. She took driver's ed late because of COVID. And, you know, it's hard when trying to get everything in and trying to get everything by their birthday and so they can. Because who doesn't want their license when they're 16? I mean, really? That was all part of her turning 16. Was you got your license. And now it's all messed up. Everybody's late. Everybody's past their birthday. You know, it's just not fair. But anyway. All right. Here we go. We gotta get that picture. Just in case YouTube does. Y'all don't know the pictures YouTube picks for me for these videos. I look at those and I thought, they give me 3. They get 3. You get 3 choices. Or you can upload your own. The 3 that sometimes I'm like, that That was the best you could do out of that entire video. Woo, sometimes I'm like, it's funny the stuff that it actually puts as the picture. And then I have to either pick or change it, upload my own. So that's why sometimes you see the pictures that they are. I'm doing like this, or like yesterday's where my chip was in my mouth. I was like, I like it. So I left it. Anyway, so here's the BLT. That crunch. Crunch, crunch, crunch. And that was that butter lettuce that I was talking about in the other video. Oh, y'all, that's good. Hadn't had a BLT in a long time. Sour cream and onion Pringles. I hadn't had these in a long time either. Tasty, tasty. I keep telling Brian that I want a farm. I want a garden. But I thought about that. Tomatoes, there is nothing like a homegrown garden tomato. There's something about it. It tastes different. There's just something about those. But we live in the city, so I can't have a farm. My toast is a little aired out. It's still good, but it's a little airy. But Brian and I were talking about the Kristen doing her driving ed yesterday and driving for the first time. And, you know, we got talking about it, how rude people are on the road to them. You know, they're learning. They're going to be slower at it. They're going to stop way back. They're not, you know, which you're not supposed to be getting on people's bumpers to stop anyway. So, but they're going to be further back. They don't want to, they're just so worried about they're going to hit that car. So you can't blame them, you know, and I feel bad for them because, I mean, they have to learn, and they're learning out there with all these jerks. That's right, jerks. Because a lot of people that drive are jerks. But, you know, they honk their horns at them. Or just rude to them. They cut them off. They do, you know, they have to learn. And they don't have to learn with you being acting like that out there on the road. They just don't. You don't have to be that way. Everybody's trying to get somewhere. That's what I tell these people that cut me off. I tell them, when Luke went into driver's ed, I was like, look, that right there, that's a jerk. I don't care. You sit there and you cut somebody off, or you don't use your signal, you slam on brakes, you ride somebody's bumper. It's not needed. We are all on the road because we're all trying to get somewhere. Not just you. It's that simple. So that's one reason I'm glad that I don't have to watch her drive. Either one of them drive. Because that's hard. To watch your child have to sit there and deal with somebody being a jerk while they're learning. It's just, now the driver's ed teachers, they, you know, they stand up for them, but they're not going to say anything to those people. But still, it hurts my heart. Well, that's the thing. A lot of accidents wouldn't happen if people would just think and use courtesy. But that's not how people are. just not how people are anymore. They just worry about themselves. They don't worry about other people. What other people's got going on. Where they're trying to go. You don't know what that person in that car is dealing with. You don't have any idea about their life. So you acting that way on the road to them, or rushing them, or just being the way that you are, there's no reason for it. There's no reason whatsoever. That's a little amount of time in your span of a life. Does that really matter? No. But not how people think. But if you're a parent and you haven't went through this yet, this is hard. This is hard to let them go out there by themselves on that road because of what you've seen. You see it. Everybody does. Every time you get in your car, you're taking your life in your hands. I have no idea if you're going to make it home or not. And I've gotten to where now I don't care to drive in traffic because of that. My nerves just can't take it anymore. I didn't used to be that way, but I am now. Because people will take chances, and they don't care about you. I tend to stay on the back roads if I can, where I'm basically out there by myself. And if it takes me longer, oh well. At least I was out there by myself. So if I wreck, it's my fault, not anybody else's. But we all have to learn. We all have to get places. So we have to learn how to drive, and we just gotta hope and pray that we're safe every time we leave. And we all make it home, or make it to our destination, or home, or wherever you're going, safely. That's all you can ask for. Because you never know. So what are y'all watching on TV? Leave it in the comments. I've got a few things I gotta get caught up on or finish. But all the shows are ending. Everything's had its season finale. And our DVR last weekend completely cleaned out. It don't happen that way much. But we had it completely empty. But yeah, tell me what you're watching. Maybe I'm watching it too. Or maybe it'll be something I'll get interested in and can enjoy. I listen sometimes to shows while I'm working, because I'm working with things that I'm not talking. So I listen to shows. It shows that I have either seen before or I know the voices of the show, because I can't sit here and watch it, but I can listen to it. So I was on Hulu. I think it's Hulu. A come across the Golden Girls. That's right. Turn that on quickly. I used to love that show when I was little. They were so funny. And now, I'm older, I get the jokes more. I've laughed more now than I did when I was little. Or younger. Not little. And it's funny because shows like that, but you're watching that was funny. You're watching reruns of it. You don't know if you've seen every show anyway. You don't know if you've seen every show in a season, you know. And there's going to be shows that you remember, especially if you've seen them multiple times. But so far, I've not come across, and I'm in season 2. I think I'm getting at the beginning of season 2. And I haven't come across one that I didn't know yet, or hadn't seen. So I thought, well, that's kind of neat. Because you never know, sometimes when you watch things back, you've missed that show. For whatever reason, it wasn't shown on TV after it aired one time. I mean, you know, it's things like that. You just never know. But with this show, I have. I thought that was neat. But I really like how when you're watching old episodes or a whole show, whatever, I really like how the cable channels now are, you'll catch it where they show it in order. That's really neat. And that way you kind of know, yeah, I've seen them all, or no, I haven't. But the ones that jump around episodes, seasons, it can be hard to follow sometimes. Or you end up seeing the same show over and over. You know, most of these shows, they have multiple seasons. That's why you're seeing the reruns from it. So there are plenty of shows to watch, but then you'll end up sometimes watching the same ones over and over. Funny how that happens, isn't it? Oh, this was really good. It's getting messy, but it was good. Last bite. Done that pretty good. I only have 2 chips left. Y'all know I like a side with my main meal. Makes it better. That was really good. Messy, but good. That's all that matters, right? Man, it was good. All right. Guess I'm gonna get back to it. Now that my belly's full. Right. And we will do this again tomorrow. Now tomorrow the food truck's supposed to be here at work. So if the food truck does show up and doesn't have any issues, because you know sometimes they have issues too. You know, things happen. We'll go to the food truck and we'll see what they have. So, but I hope you have a good rest of your Wednesday. And until we eat again tomorrow, well, I'll have supper. You having supper? What are you having for supper? All right. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day, and may the peace of the Lord be with you. Bye.